welcome to my review of Star Wars Issue 2. I loved Issue 1, so would Issue 2 live up to it? We'll find out. The story obviously carries on from last issue. Han Solo is still off on this secret mission for Mon Mothma, though he's got Boba Fett on his tail because he's still got the bounty on his head from Jabba the Hutt. So this is Boba Fett catches up with him and he has to escape Boba Fett in the Millennium Falcon. We then jump back to Princess Leia and she's still dealing with the loss of Alderaan, watching old videos of Alderaan, and she's still, you can see she's still very much in pain from that loss. We then see Luke and Wedge, and Luke's doing this whole, it's this kind of like stimulator where they like do their trial, practicing like flying their X-Wings, and Luke's behaving a bit cocky, I survived the Battle of Yavin, what can these TIE fighters do to me? And Wedge is a bit concerned about Luke getting a bit too cocky, a bit too big to his brutes, that's not the best way to be if you're going to be a pilot. We then once again see Colonel, I think it was, Colonel Bircher. He's, Colonel Bircher. He's now in charge of Darth Vader's Star Destroyer, because Darth Vader's in the dugouts with the Emperor for the Death Star getting blown up. So Bircher is like, pretty much, this is my ship now and I'm going to run it very tightly. We then jump back to Leia, and she's gathered the people that she's picked to be on her team, that there's a spy in the rebellion and she's going to wheedle them out, while at the same time trying to find somewhere safe. Safe for them, that they're all going to go out and they're going to find somewhere for the rebellion to hide, a safe place. And then the end of the story, we go back to Han Solo and we see where he's headed to. From the sound of that, it's a pretty light story, but it was another really good issue, I really enjoyed. The art, once again, I really liked. This second page was just awesome, where you see Slave 1, Boba Fett's ship, hiding in the junk, just like he does in Empire, and just like Obi-Wan Kenobi done to him in Episode 2. I like the art that they, sometimes with these books, they try too much to make the characters look like the actors who played them in the films, and I like that they don't do that with this book, that they just, they choose how they're going to draw the character, and there's a likeness but not too much, but in some of them there's no likeness at all. I really liked that. Some of the visuals in this issue I liked, like this scene here with Bircher inspecting the troops. I really liked that. It really evokes images of the films, which I liked. And then the fact that also I like Leia's team, the fact that they're not all human, that they've got a few aliens on the team, I thought that was really good. I won't spoil the last page, but the new X-Wings look pretty badass as well. These like special stealth X-Wings look badass. I won't spoil the last page of where Han Solo ends up, but that looks pretty exciting for next issue. I'm still really enjoying this. It was a really good read once again. It lacked a bit of the magic of the first issue, and I think why that was that the first issue you mainly I think pretty much you only had characters from the films in it. So you had Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Wedge Antilles, Mon Mothma, Darth Vader, the Emperor. In fact, with the exception, I think it was Colonel Bircher, I think everybody else in that first issue was from the film. And so it felt that, I think that's part of how Brian Wood captured the magic of the films, because we were just having characters from the films. This issue we introduced more characters who are not in the films, but it's by necessity. You can't have Darth Vader keep failing to find the rebels. The Emperor wouldn't put up with that. So you need to bring somebody else in who the Emperor's going to give the opportunity to find them, who ultimately not going to find the rebellion and is ultimately going to get killed, and then Vader's going to take over. You've also got to create the time and space for Vader to find out that Luke Skywalker is his son, and have him process and deal with that. So, therefore, to keep the story moving and working, you need to bring in extra characters, which I understand, but the downside of that is it does make it feel like just another Star Wars comic book where they've got these new characters that they've invented. And so it loses a bit of that magic for me. Also, like, the other thing that I found great was Luke's character. I don't remember him being cocky or arrogant, even in the first film. He was naive in the first film, but he wasn't naive arrogant. Like, yeah, he comes out with that comment in the meeting where he says to the pilot, "Oh yeah, we can hit that easy, you know. I hit wombats or something on my T16 back home." But that was more naivete than arrogance. Yeah, he was confident in his abilities, but it's more, he's naive to like what it's like in space. And by the time we meet him in Empire, he's a little bit more seasoned. He's not the farm boy we left in the first one. So like, this is interesting. Maybe this is just what happens after the battle with Yavin. He's all arrogant. He's all like, yeah, I'm the hero of Yavin. I blew up the Death Star and nothing can touch me. And maybe this is how he becomes a bit more humble and gets a bit more seasoning. I don't know. But it did feel the character wasn't quite right. An arrogant kind of, cocky kind of Luke. But like I say, maybe that this is part of where the story's going. So that I'll end up the character we meet in Empire. I do really like the fact that we're seeing Princess Leia grieve for Alderaan. I think that's something we never really got in the films. I don't think there would have been time really to really have delved efficiently into that. But that's something that they can do here, and I'm so pleased that Brian Woods has sort of addressed in that. And the fact also that on her team there's another person from Alderaan, I think that's going to be interesting in their dynamic and how that's going to work out. You know, I would like to see a bit of Han with the others, but it's still, I'm liking Han in here. They have him, he's a bit more of that scoundrel. He's not like, when we meet in Empire, he's Captain Solo. Here he's still Han Solo, that little bit of a scoundrel, but he's got that, he's basically a good guy. But all in all, I am really enjoying this. Like I said, I like the art, I'm enjoying the book. It lacked a bit of that magic this issue, but it was still great and still well worth picking up for all Star Wars fans. And I give Star Wars issue 2 4 stars.